Hi, my beloveds, and welcome to Real Talk Wednesday. I'm so glad to be back here with all of you. So today, I decided it would be a really wonderful idea to do a Real Talk Wednesday talk on kindness. I was thinking, I give a lot of thought to the videos before I do them, and I was thinking, we live in such a high-tech, low-touch society right now. And it really what got me thinking, first of all, was all of you, because you're so kind. All of you are so kind. And I was thinking, in our world, one of the things we really need more of is kindness. It's just simple acts of kindness. It doesn't take a minute to do or say something kind for somebody else. It could just be, a random act of kindness, like letting someone go ahead of you on the freeway or at the grocery store, or just seeing somebody and, having the thought, God, they look beautiful today. And just stop out of your day and say, you look so beautiful. I just want to let you know that. Or your light is so bright. I just wanted to let you know that. This is a practice I've been doing since I was a little girl, and I love doing it. And a lot of people are like, well, how do you go up to strangers you don't even know? And so today I want to really talk about how we can be more kind and how we can invite more kindness into our life. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with a story. In my assumptions video I shared with you, and in some of my Real Talk Wednesdays I shared with you that I had been in a bad car accident, which really changed the course of my life in many different ways. It was really challenging. And the doctor said, you need to go have an MRI. Now, let me qualify this. I'm so claustrophobic that I get claustrophobic on airplanes. And so I'm thinking to myself, in my life, I was just like, okay, I just need to keep myself so healthy that I will never, ever, ever need an MRI. Because if I do, I'm going to crawl out of my skin. So when the doctor said you need an MRI, it was like someone had said to me, you're going to crawl into a coffin and I'm going to close it and nail it shut and put you underground. That's how terrifying it felt. So we get there, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I haven't really shared this part. You guys know I eat super healthy. You guys know I don't drink alcohol, but I don't even take over-the-counter medication. I haven't taken an aspirin in probably 20-some years. I just don't take anything like that. And so the doctor's like, well, we can give you a little something to calm you down. And I was just like, no, I really don't like taking that. When I got there, there was this beautiful, kind, lovely gentleman who was the tech who was going to do the MRI. And I remember he could see that I was, anybody could see that I was terrified. But he was so gracious. I mean, of course, his job is to, take care of the patient and everything. But he went so above and beyond the call of duty. And so he's like, listen, sweetie, I told him, I said, I'm so nervous. I said, if it was possible for me to skip this whole altogether, I would happily do it. I'm so scared. And he's like, well, I'm going to make this experience for you, just really phenomenal. And so I was like, his level of kindness, even in his voice, in the way he was treating me, and the way he was taking care of me was just incredible. So he says, here's what we're going to do. He said, sometimes people get really scared if they see the machine and see how confining it is. So with your permission, I'm going to just blindfold you before we even go into the room. And I said, I think that's a really good idea. And then this is the part that was really, really kind. He's like, okay, also, he said, I'm going to set up the microphone for you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk you through the whole thing. And I was like, this is so unbelievably kind. So because I was in so much pain, it hurt, it just constantly hurt. So to be in this confined place and to be in such extreme pain was just, it felt like more than I could bear. And so what I did was I did everything he told me. I get in there and they lock you in and everything. And of course, I get panicked. And then all of a sudden I hear his voice. And it was like, okay, sweetheart, how are you doing? Are you okay? He said, let me talk. I'm just going to talk to you, okay? I'm right here. Just keep breathing. And that just touched my heart so much. I was just like, oh my gosh, this man is so kind. And so what happened was, he just talked me through the whole experience. And I remember the other thing I did, and it didn't occur to me until I was right in the middle of the process. I was laying there, and I remember thinking, what if you gave this experience to something higher than yourself? Because I was really in a lot of pain and I was really scared. And so what I thought was, what if I could move through this in order to alleviate the pain of somebody else? Like, that's what I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna offer this up to the universe as a way of, if I can move through this, somehow this will make everything better for other people. It's almost like you offer up what you're going through in pain as a blessing to somebody else. And so I made it that way. What I did was I said to myself, okay, I'm going to stay here, and in this, I began to close my eyes, and I just began to go into this meditative state. And this beautiful man's voice was talking to me, and I just kept on breathing. And anytime like panic would come up, and the moment panic would come up, I would just say, no, in this moment, I'm choosing peace. And I'm choosing peace in order to give peace to the world. Like, literally, like I made it that big and that crazy. But it helped to do that. Like what if what I was going through brought a little modicum of peace to the world? Would it be worth it to me? Yes. And so that's what I did. And then another time if panic came up, I would hear his voice and I would say, thank you so much, I appreciate you. And then I would say, okay, I'm offering up this moment for love. Could there be more love in the world? If I could move through this, could I bring more love in the world through this act of kindness? And so I did this the whole time. I just kept on being in this very deep meditative state. And this man helped me and walked me through the whole thing. And together, between shifting my mindset and having him with this ultimate demonstration of beauty and kindness, like, oh, it really makes me cry. It's so beautiful. I was able to get through something that I had been terrified of my whole life. And so to be able to move through this with such grace and such calmness, without taking anything, without Valium, without anything to calm me down, was really extraordinary. So that's my story of experiencing, really radical kindness from another human being, another really beautiful human being. So now let's go ahead and talk about how can we bring more kindness into our life, and in doing so, receive more kindness. Because if you want something in your life, give it. If you want more love, give love, and you will receive more love. If you want more kindness, give kindness, and you will receive more kindness. If you want more abundance, give abundance to others, and you will receive abundance. It's how the universe works. It's the design that God made, and it's a pretty beautiful design, I think. So, laughing to myself because that's not something that I would say, okay, God, we have to talk about that. That's a great design. Aging, on the other hand, God and I are going to have some words. When we meet face to face, I'll be like, what were you thinking, boo-boo? Like, that's not fun. You know what God's going to say? Sweetie, I gave you a whole career based on it. Just be grateful. Which is true, so I think I'll just be grateful. Anyway, I digressed. Let's go ahead and now talk about how we can bring more kindness into our life. We live in such a high-tech, low-touch society. The first thing I suggest to bring more kindness into your life and receive more kindness from others is take an extra moment to be kind. One of the things I see, and it's like, if I could just invite people to do this in their daily lives, it would be amazingly kind. I see people so often, and they're in the grocery store, and they're going through the checkout line, and they're on the phone or talking, or they're going through their phone, and they don't even bother. It takes 2 seconds to say, hi. That took me 2 seconds. To lift your head up and acknowledge the person who is servicing you. It's like just hello. And what I like to do is, if I am on the phone when I'm going through the checkout line, what I say to the person I'm on the phone with is I say, can you give me a minute? Just give me a minute, or if you can't wait, I'll call you right back. I hang up the phone and I look at the person in the eyes and I say, hi. You look at their name tag. Hi, Sally. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Samantha. How are you? You having a good day? That took me 10 seconds to do. And they might be pretty surprised. I've had a lot of people be like, oh, wow, you said hi to me, which I'm mortified by, because I'm thinking to myself, wow, is that the state of the world we live in right now, that we don't even acknowledge the people who we interact with in the simplest of things, like having someone check you out at the grocery store. So just that little kindness can mean everything as far as an added level of graciousness that you're putting out into the world, which elevates the frequency of our world, and also elevates the frequency of this person, and in turn elevates our own frequency. So that's the first thing. Take a moment, and that's just a simple example, but there's lots of examples. One of the things I love to do is, if you're crossing paths with somebody, just smile. I'll be walking in and out of the gym, or in and out of a store, or going someplace in and out of a meeting, and I'll see someone cross my path. And I'll stop to look, to make eye contact, and more times than not, they'll literally go like this. And I'll still say hi. I'll be like, hi. And then what's so funny is that they're just so accustomed. People are so accustomed to this high-tech, low-touch society that they don't even recognize it's an opportunity for connection. I'll literally, even if they look down, I'll say, oh, hey. And then they'll be so surprised that I said hi to them that they'll look up, and then 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, oh, hi. And I'll say, have a great day, or hope you're doing great, or something like that. You don't have to stop and chit chat with them. It doesn't take any, literally, get so worked up. It literally doesn't take anything from you. And here's the beautiful thing, my beloveds. It gives to us in so many extraordinary ways. And you hear me say this all the time in my videos. We never know. That lovely person we say hi to may be a new business associate, may be a new member of our YouTube community. I can't tell you how many times people ended up saying, wow, I love your energy. What do you do? And now they're members of our beautiful community. And I can be participating in what they do in the world. And you never know. You might meet somebody. You might actually get a date from it. You might get a friend from it. You might get a business connection from it. We just never know. So always make a human connection with another person. And it's a random act of kindness. So there's just one more point I want to talk about, and I'm going to dive deeper into a video on this. My beloveds, men and women, be kind when you're dating. Oh my goodness, please be kind when you're dating. Don't ghost somebody. Don't just blow them off. Don't go out to the next best thing and leave them hanging when you already said you'd meet them for a juice or something, or dinner or something like that. Be kind. Just extend common courtesy and kindness. First of all, you never know who that person is or where that person is going. There was a person who once dissed Oprah. There was a person who once dissed Idris Elba. I mean, come on. You never know. So even just out, if you don't want to do it out of the goodness of your heart, do it just because you never know. Do it to cover your butt, because you do never know. All joking aside, do it out of kindness, because kindness begets more kindness. And the more you extend kindness, the more it expands the love in your heart, the more it expands your energy field, and the more beautiful things come to you. All right, my beloveds, I know I could talk so much more on these topics. If you liked this video, if you want to deepen this conversation, number one, I'm going to do so on my podcast. So if you haven't already, head on over to Patreon and check it out. I'm loving being over on Patreon. It's such a beautiful community. And a lot of you are already over there. And if you are, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And so I'm going to take the things we do here, I'm going to deepen them over on my Patreon community. And then we're going to take all that we deepened over on my Patreon community, and we're going to dive even deeper in my coaching program. So if you haven't already, if you are interested interested, we are putting everything together for my coaching program. We're going to be launching it very, very soon. So email me at this email here, media@drelizabeth.com, if you're even remotely interested, and we'll send you information on it, and you can see if it's something that you'd like to take your life to the next level on everything from health, wealth, love, to your perfect self-expression out in the world. Cool? All right, my beloveds, and now we're going to wrap this video up. I love you to infinity and back. I appreciate you so, so, so much. And remember, you can do this. And I'm here to help you every step of the way. Ciao. I love you. Bye.